Hi guys, it's Nancy from Leggy Fish Music Lessons. I just wanted to go ahead and do a super quick overview on MuseScore's composition software. It's free and it's really easy to use. All you need to do is go to musescore.org, okay, type that in. And kids, if you're doing this, I would suggest that you have your parents help you with this, okay? So then you go to free download and then you'll download this software program. I've already downloaded it, so I will go move this over here. Voila. Okay, so this is what will happen when you open this up. It'll give you a generic score with 32 bars of music, plus it'll be in treble clef and 4/4 time signature. It'll also be in the key of C major, as you can see there, no sharps or no flats. Okay, so that's okay if you want to do that, but I would really suggest you go to here up in the left-hand corner and click on Create New Score. That way you can kind of custom build your own palette. Title will be, let's see, Sonata Z, and it'll be by Leggy Fish. And I don't need to do all that stuff. Copyright 2021, that's fine. You can always change this information later. Continue. The next thing that you'll need to do is need to choose your instruments or by clef. So if you want to choose treble, that's usually violin. Bass clef, in our case, is cello. Grand staff is piano. Okay, if you want to choose alto clef for viola, you'll go over here to strings bowed and it'll do viola, and you can just add that to the score. Okay, oopsies, I added 2 by accident. So you can add as many instruments as you want to. Okay, it doesn't have to just be one instrument. So for the purposes of this, we're just going to choose 1 treble clef and we'll continue. And now we get to choose our key signature. So there's 24 key signatures right in the circle fifths. I'm going to go ahead and choose G major, or that's also E minor, that has 1 sharp. Okay, and then I'll continue that. Next, we need to fill in our time signature. There's so many different kinds of time signatures. There's 4/4, 3/4, 2/4. There's even 1/4. You can try that. Those a little bit more unusual. So you can kind of choose what you want here, and the numbers here also on the bottom change value as well. So, okay, so typical is 4/4. 4 beats per measure, quarter note gets the beat. Okay, and then pickup measures, you can do that if you want to. Most of you know what a pickup measure is. And then here is the measures. So if we want to save paper and we don't want the paper to fill out 32 measures, let's just say we want to do 8 measures of music. That's it. And the tempo means that this is a playback, so you can have it as fast or slow as you want to. Okay, you can always change that later, not a big deal. Okay, so I have 4/4 time signature. I set it up as 8 measures. That's all I want. Okay, so there's my Sonata Z. That's what it looks like. It's G major, treble clef, 4/4 time signature, and I have my name, and I can change any of this stuff. Okay, so how to get started here. First of all, I want to use these notes and these rests over here and these accidentals. So I'll just go to add, and then I'll go to notes, and then I'll put new input. Okay, and that will give me access to some of these notes now. So now you see the notes just kind of automatically moving. I didn't do anything at all. So that's a quarter note. So sure, we'll do a quarter note. So I just clicked it, and then it'll automatically fill up with rests. So that's okay too. Kind of helps me because it's just like, oh, if you fill in the wrong amount of notes, then it'll tell you can't do that many, or that's too few. So G and A, let's see, I'll do an 8th note. So let's see, F sharp and then G. Okay, I don't know what that sounds like. I don't really want that to be G. So what I did there was I'll just click the F and then I'll just move it. Okay, so if I want to make a change, I just go back to this and then I just redo what I did. So maybe I want to do a G instead of an F, 2 F sharps. That's kind of boring. Okay, so what does that sound like? I don't know. So I'm just going to go up here where the playback is, the playback section, and I'll press this middle thing, this middle triangle, which is the playback. All right, by accident I did this. That's totally okay. You can always erase that later. And then I just did a redo. Okay, so that sounds pretty good. Let me hear it again. Pretty satisfied with that. Okay, now if I want to do maybe an accidental, like maybe something that's not in the key signature, like let's see, yeah, that automatically just floated to the G sharp. I can always change that. Maybe I want it on the A sharp. Let's see what that sounds like. That's interesting. That's weird. All right, so I can do that if I wanted to. So here is your menu of options. Key signature, you can even change the key signature if you change your mind at the very beginning. Look at all you can do. Okay, you can even change the clef. Boop, bass clef. Okay, accidentals, articulations are, there's a fermata there, there's accents, there's trills, there's a ton more stuff that you can add, even bowings that you can add. There's grace notes, they look like that, and then you can do lines, you can do slurs and crescendos and first and second endings. Wow, there's a lot you can do here. Text, if you want to write little notes like pizzicato or some, the feel of the music, you can do that as well. Tempo, you can always write that down. Largo, like at the very beginning, like let's say I want Largo, I'll just, it won't let me do that. Okay, I'll just click on it and maybe anyway, you kind of have to mess with it a little bit, just experiment. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to. But the simplest thing that you want to do is try to make sure that you have the proper amount of measures, the right key signature and time signature and clef. And then you can just start adding things as you will. You can start experimenting. Always remember, this middle section is your playback. So if you want to hear something played back, that's a really cool way of doing it. Now, this is just a different way of composing. You can always compose by hand with pencil and paper, and it's just a different way of being creative. So this is a different way. I like to sometimes compose by pencil and paper, and sometimes I like to compose this way so I can hear it back quickly, especially if I have multiple parts. Okay, the most important thing that you want to realize that is you do need to save your work. If you don't, that would be a shame to lose all this. So go over here and do save, and you can save your score, okay? And then you can have little folders if you want to and whatnot. Or if you're satisfied with what you have, you can go ahead and print it out. So you can just press that and it'll just print out. I would suggest that if you are doing the composition swap for the spring, that's what we're doing for the spring, you just save it and then on your desktop or in a folder, and then that way you can just electronically email someone your file. So have fun goofing around with this. It's really fun and it's free, and like I said earlier, I use MuseScore to find music that I can't find on the internet, and it's really neat that they have this composition software program that we can use for free. So have fun.